ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਆਓ ਸਾਰੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਨਾਲ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ 5 ਮੂਲ ਮੰਤਰ ਦਾ ਪਾਠ ਕਰਦੇ ਜੀ। ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਆਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ। ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਆਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ। ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਆਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ। ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਆਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸੋ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ। ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਹੋਮਵਰਕ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਸੀ, ਕਿੱਥੇ ਗਿਆ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਅੱਛਾ, ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ। ਸਾਰੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਲਾ ਦਿਓ ਜਿਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, so I can see everybody. Let me just see so far ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਦਿਸਦੇ ਆ। ਅੱਜ ਦੇ 6 ਬੰਦੇ ਦਿਸਦੇ ਆ including myself। 5-7 ਦਿਸਦੇ ਆ, ਬੰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ 18। ਚਲੋ 18 ਦਾ 18 ਤੇ ਥੋੜੇ ਹੋਰ ਆ ਜਾਣ। ਅੱਛਾ, so anybody like to raise their hand if they want to start? ਫਿਰ last week homework ਸੀ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ। ਫਿਰ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਇਹਦੀ ਰਿਫਲੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਲਿਖਣੀ ਆ। ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਕੀਤਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ? ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਅਮਤੋਜ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ, ਸ਼ਾਬਾਸ਼। ਪਿਛਲੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ। ਹਾਂਜੀ।
Did we already do this? Was like
ਉਹ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ, ਉਹ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ up to ਕਿੱਥੇ ਤੱਕ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ?
I did up to Guru Prasad.
ਅੱਛਾ, ਗੁਰਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਤੇ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ। Okay. Anybody else to give theirs then? ਹੋਰ ਕੋਈ ਆਗਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਦੇਣਾ? ਕਈ ਕੋਈ ਨਵਾਂ ਫੋਰਸ ਸੁਸਤੀ ਆ ਸਾਰੇ। ਚਲੋ ਜੀ, ਗੁਰੂ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰੇ। ਪਤਾ ਲਿਖੇ ਲੁਖਿਆ ਵੀ ਹੈਗੇ ਜੀ, ਉਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਟਾਈਮ ਪਾਸ। ਅੱਛਾ, ਹਰਨੂਰ ਕੌਰ, ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਹੁਣ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਗੁੱਠਾ। ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਮੈਂ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਸੀ ਵੀ we should be fearless and we shouldn't have any enemies or hate anyone.
ਓਕੇ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਜਗਦੀਪ ਕੌਰ, ਤੇਜਵੀਰ ਸਿੰਘ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿਹਦੀ ਤੋਕਲੀ?
ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਦੱਸੋ ਜੀ।
ਕਿਹੜੀ ਤੋਕਲੀ?
ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਜੁਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਕੋਈ?
ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਹੈ, ਜੋ ਕਾਲ ਤੋਂ ਰਹਿਣ ਵਾਲੀ ਮੂਰਤੀ। So it's harmless being.
ਹਾਂਜੀ, so what's that got to do? What message do you get from that? What's that got to do with your
ਜੋ only worship the timeless being, ਮਤਲਬ ਕਿਸੇ ਹੋਰ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ worship ਕਰਨਾ।
ਅੱਛਾ, ਓਕੇ। ਹੋਰ ਕੋਈ ਜੀ? ਹੋਰ ਕੁਛ? ਤੇਜਵੀਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਕੁਝ ਬੋਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਜਾਂ? ਅੱਛਾ, ਮੂੰਹ ਹਿਲਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ। Anybody else? ਨਹੀਂ? ਓਕੇ, ਚਲੋ ਜੀ। ਬੁੱਕ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਵੀ ਆ? So remember, keep your Japji Sahib book. ਚਲੋ ਜੀ, ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰਦੇ ਜੀ। So this is a quick recap. ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਆਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ। ਹੁਣ ਗੱਲ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਨਿਰਭਉ। ਹਰ ਜਨ ਐਸਾ ਚਾਹੀਏ ਜੈਸਾ ਹਰ ਹੀ ਹੋਏ। This is ਬਾਣੀ ਭਗਤ ਕਬੀਰ ਜੀ। Baba Ji says, if you wish to meet Vaheguru Ji, you have to become like Vaheguru Ji. Harjan aisa chahiye. If you want to become Vaheguru Ji's servant, Vaheguru Ji's devotee, if you wish to go on the path to Vaheguru Ji, Har jin aisa chahiye jaisa har hi hoye. Har means Vaheguru Ji. You have to become just like Vaheguru Ji. So Vaheguru Ji is nirpau without fear. Well done. The Sikh has to be, a Sikh is fearless. And when you're explaining this to, you can use these two things. One, you can use Mool Mantar to explain Vaheguru Ji, our concept of God, which is different to other religious traditions. Number two, Mool Mantar can be used to explain your history. Mool Mantar, the history. We can do history on Karniyanj. Number three, Mool Mantar can be used to describe, to explain Maryada, to explain the way of life of a Sikh as well. The three things to see Mool Mantar Sahib. So, aaj karne nirpau to theek hai ji. So nirpau. So the pictures, because we don't, there's no real pictures of the Guru Sahibs, and these are just for illustration purposes to learn about history. Hence, the face is not shown because asi jotna joranaya, not fake pictures, images, which do not do justice to our gurus and can even be an insult to our gurus. So in this picture, which history is it showing? What history episode is it showing?
Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji.
हाँ जी की हुआ गुरु तेग बहादुर जी महाराज जी ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀ अच्छा ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਸ ਨੇ ਪਤਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੁਰੂ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ which year did they become shaheed? You can either put in a chat box. In the chat box, if you know, you can speak whatever's easy. Okay, somebody's put something. That was very fast. Let's see. Oh, voice is not audible. अच्छा मेरी आवाज ਹੁਣ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਅਭਿਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਦੱਸ ਦਿਓ ਹਾਂ 16 ਜਗਦੀਪ ਕੌਰ ਤੇਜਵੀਰ ਸਿੰਘ well done 1675 very good ਚਾਂਦਨੀ ਚੌਂਕ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ which today the Gurdwara Sahib Seesganj Sahib ji is there. So 1675, very good, well done. Okay, very good, impressed with your history knowledge. So Guru Tegh Bahadur Pasha Shahidi shows fearlessness. Do not make anybody scared and do not be frightened, but no, do not make anybody scared either. A Sikh is not scared of anybody, but he does not scare anybody either. So a Sikh can never be a bully. A Sikh is not somebody who tries to intimidate others to make people frightened for the sake of it. Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj, 1675, who did he give his Shahidi for? What was the purpose of his Shahidi? Harbarg Singh.
It was for the Hindu religion.
It was for some Kashmiri Pandits.
Acha. Sahaj Kaur, any different answer? Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji gave Shahidi for what was the purpose?
I don't know.
Okay, no problem. That's fine as well. No problem. Acha. And acha. Okay, so Harbarg Singh said for Hindu religion. Ila matlab ya fe Musliman hunde ta Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji would not have done that for Musliman, just for Hindus?
Oh no, both. He did it because they
so what's the underlying principle that Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji gave a Shahidi then?
it was
To the Sikhs.
Hanji Sahaj Kaur.
So the Muslim said that you have to die if you don't want to be a Musliman, and he got shaheed because he didn't want to be a Muslim.
Okay. Harbarg Singh gave thoda ja direction ਉਹਨੇ ਦੇ ਦਿੱਤਾ correct direction. Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj gave Shahidi for human rights. Human rights does not distinguish your religion. Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj did not give Shahidi because for the fact that they were Hindus. He gave Shahidi for the fact that they were humans who were being tortured. There were humans who were being killed. There were two humans which were not being allowed to live peacefully. For this reason, Guru Tegh Bahadur Pasha did not just die for Hindus, he died for humanity. Can you see कितनी बड़ी गल है? ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਿੰਦੂ ਵਾਲੇ ਸ਼ਹੀਦ ਹੋਏ ਆ ਜਾਂ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਵਾਲੇ ਸ਼ਹੀਦ ਹੋਏ ਆ And when we say humanity, it makes a whole big picture, a different picture. So Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj, they gave their Shahidi for human rights and for humanity. And I'm sure all of you love your parents, all of you love your families. You're probably able to say, hopefully you would say that I would die for my parents. If something bad happened in a situation, I would say, please don't kill my parents, and you're willing to risk your own life to save your parents. You would risk your probably own lives to save your baby brother or sister or a child in your house. You'll probably risk your lives and willing to even, put your life in danger for Sikhi, to protect Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, or imagine a Gurdwara Sahib being attacked or something. However, anybody is very expected to die for your own family, to die for your own religion, to die for your own country, to die for your own community. But Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj Ji, example of Nirpau in practice, that Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj, he gave a Shahidi not for his own religion, not for his own community, not to protect his own language, not to protect his own culture, not to protect his own people, but of another. And this is a very powerful thing, how a Sikh is willing to die for others. In 2011, when the Twin Towers in America, they were blown up, when the terrorist attack happened, the Taliban, they were on the news. And people mistaked the Taliban for Sikhs, and there were attacks on the Sikhs. 2001, thank you, Rajas Kaurji. 2001, sorry. And there were attack on Sikhs. Here, there was a police conference, and the Sikh said that there are some very similarities to the Taliban and Sikhs, but there are differences as well. The similarities are that we both wear the stars, we both wear turbans. The similarities that we both have beards. But the difference is the Taliban willing to die for their country and they're willing to die for their religion. And a Sikh is one who is willing to die for others, to protect others' religion, to protect others' communities. Ye Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj, is our concept in there. So, with Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj, 3 Sikhs became Shaheed. If you know this free Guru Sikh's name, let's see the first person to write them down in the chat box. Time starts now, go. The first time karta. The Sikhs who became Shaheed with Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj. Wow. Jagjit Kaur Bhai Dayala Ji, well done to Jagdeep Kaur Tejveer Singh, probably the first people to get all the names. Bhai Sati Das Ji, Bhai Mati Das, Bhai Dayala Ji. Shabash. Okay. Hona Age Bhai Mati Das Ji, Nirpau. Ea Nirpau di Murat. Murat means image. Ea Kohondia that people can talk about things, and this is Nirpau in action. Hona Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji is God in human form. However, what about Sikhs? Can Sikhs be Nirpau? Bhai Mati Das gave evidence or proof of this. He gave a witness to this. Bhai Mati Das Ji, when he was given a choice diti gayi si, he was given 3 choices, including Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji and all the 3 Sikhs. They were always given 3 choices. Does anybody know those 3 choices? If anybody knows those 3 choices, kindly write them down. It's in the chat box. 3 choices they were given. You can either do this, or this, or you can do this. These are 3 options they were given. So you can choose this and this will happen. You can do this and this will happen, or you can do this and this will happen. Okay. So Amator Singh, one was convert, give up your religion, Musliman bano. That's number 1. One is death. Well done, Jagdeep Kaur Tejveer Singh. Shabash. And the other one was to do a miracle. So the first one, if you do a miracle, if you do an act which is a miracle, we will let you go. So, but in Sikhi, miracles exist, but miracles are not done as performances or done to save lives or done to inflate somebody's ego or done on request of somebody who is trying to intimidate you. So the second one was that you give up your religion. And the third one was that you will die. We will kill you. Bhai Mati Das ji chose death. Ek miracle hai. Everybody in life is trying to save their life. From coronavirus, people are making sure, which is correct, we try to save lives. When somebody, we want to make sure when we're crossing the road, we're very careful. Why? Because we don't want to die. The fact is, as human beings, we don't want to die. That's our nature. A cow does not want to die. So when somebody comes with a knife towards a cow, the cow will try to run away. The cow will try to save its life. An animal tries to save its life. It chooses not to die. So Guru Tegh Bahadur Pasha, Oda Chalo Vaheguru Ji in human form, Bhai Mati Das is a Sikh. And Bhai Mati Das Ji chooses death. Now this is towards learning point here. That means Sikhi is not something just worth living for. Sikhi is something worth dying for. On sare nu sochna apne life de vich, what is in my life that is worth dying for? What in my life, brother, embrace Islam and enjoy the pleasure of the this blessed life and in heaven. If you don't embrace Islam, your body will be sown too. Chika Shabbat Jagjit Kaur. What in our lives are there that people are willing to die for? So someone might say, I'm willing to die for my mum and dad. Someone might say, but would you be willing to die for, oh, I love pizza. Are you willing to really die for pizza? Perhaps not. I really love my school. Are you willing to die for your school? Probably not. I know. Kind of the sokha that we like are willing to die for them. But this is Guru Bhai Mati Das Ji, who is willing to die for Sikhi. That means Sikhi is something amazing. Sikhi is something that even, I'm not going to let go of it. Even if you kill me, I'm not going to let go of it. It's a bovadi cheez. Our ancestors, when you want to buy something on Amazon, how do you know what to buy and what not to buy? And he was sending on
pictures and
okay, so I've seen a picture. There's several products on Amazon, and I think, okay, they all look good, but how do I know which company to buy from? Okay, we've got the pic reviews. From the picture, they all seem like the same kind of thing. I'm not really. So, what other things do people do when they're buying something on Amazon?
they check the comments and like reviews.
Very good. Very good. Prabhujivan Singh, Jap Harkor, very good. And Amto Singh, they read the reviews. How many stars? What are the comments? The ratings? Horn, if you're looking at Sikhi, how would you know the reviews for Sikhi? How would you know how many stars are being given for Sikhi? So on Amazon, you look at the comments. In Sikhi, how would you see the reviews?
The past.
Very good, the past. Then you say, whoa, hold on. When you're reading Sikh history, ਤੁਹਾਡੀ reviews ਹੈ, ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਕੌਮ ਦੀ review ਹੈ, ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਧਰਮ ਦੀ review ਹੈ. These are reviews of your religion, of your history, of your people, of your beliefs. And you think, wow, you see Bhagat Pooran Singh Ji, Pingalware. Wow, that's amazing. That's Sikhian practice. That's amazing. Then you read Baba Deep Singh Ji. You read about the life of Paisa Pairanti Singh. Wow, 16 years in prison, 8 years, kept in a dungeon, still in Chardi Kala. Wow. Then you read history, Sheed Pai Fauja Singh. You read the reviews of Mata Pa Kaur Ji and so on. So when you read these reviews of our ancestors, our forefathers and grandmothers, then ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਹੈ ਕੀ ਆ. And one thing is, all these reviews are 5 out of 5 gold stars. All these reviews are 10 out of 10. ਇੱਥੇ ਤੱਕ they said that we are willing to die for Sikhi. ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ we are very blessed that we are being given opportunity to live as Sikhs and connect with Sikhi. ठीक है जी? So, going back to Bhai Mati Das Ji, Dr. Dewan Singh Ji, Kalpana Baba Deep Singh Ji. Okay, very nice. Just gonna. So, oh my God. So we had Bhai Mati Das ji chose to be sewn alive. So imagine that Bhai Mati Das's body is being sewn into life, but before he was sewn alive, what was his? He was given a last wish. Last wish ki si? Bhai Mati Das ji was given a last wish. What's your last wish? On death row, you know, they're given a last wish. In America, there was one lady, she was going to get electrocuted on the electric chair. She was getting a death penalty. Her last wish was that I wish to eat a chocolate pie. Chocolate pie mein khani hai, ja cheesecake, chocolate cheesecake ko kade mein khana chahndi hai. Ek lady si kehndi, I would like to have KFC, please. I want to have a meal, KFC meal. Hanji, well done, Japji Singh to face Guru Sahib. Ek si to face Guru Sahib, the dooja si main Sri Japji Sahib da part karna. The part, the body that we're trying to connect with, these are what the जिन्होंने ने review ni gold star de dete Sikhi nu. Those who were willing to die for Sikhi, their reviews were awesome. Sikhi is awesome. They had Japji Sahib. Japji Sahib was part of their life. To make something part of your life, what do you have to do? I want Japji Sahib to be part of my life. What do I have to do?
Do it like every day.
Very good. Every day, Japji Sahib da part karna hai. Is always in our mind. We're reflecting, we're singing, we're reciting, and that's in with over familiarity with anything. We get love. When we become familiar with Gurbani, when we keep on revisiting Gurbani, pyar pay janda hai. So Bhai Mati Das ji, he asked to read Japji Sahib, and he asked that he'll be facing Guru Sahib. Imagine that death is there. And he still wants to face Guru Sahib. He still wants to keep focused on the Guru Sahib. We don't have death and think about where is our face. Are we facing Guru Sahib? Do we only cover our head when we are Gurdwara Sahib? You know, matlab when we outside facing Guru Sahib hai nahi. Do we only read Gurbani when our mom and dad is sitting there and they're telling us, "Oh, tu path kar liya?" So it's some things to think about there. Bhai Mati Das ji starts Onkar Satnam Karta Purak Nirpo Nirvair. It comes to Jinni Naam Te Aya Gaye Mashakata Kaal Nanak Te Mukujjale Keti Shukti Naal. Japji Sahib finishes and they've gone now past their tongue, but what happens? Pata ki hunda? Japji Sahib can still be heard. Japji Sahib phir bhi sun rahe. Japji Sahib can still be heard, and Bhai Mati Das' body becomes true. But even then, they could hear the vibration of Japji Sahib. Even from the dead body of Bhai Mati Das, you could hear Japji Sahib. That's how much it become part of their life. Jira var part karna, var you're absorbing yourself, immersing yourself in Japji Sahib. Next is the depiction here. Who is this showing? Shahbaz Jagdeep Kaur Tejbi Singh, Bhai Dayala ji. Bhai Dayala ji was given the same three choices. Bhai Dayala ji says that I will accept Shahidi. When they're about to boil Bhai Dayala ji, first of all they get him and they're holding him and they're about to put him into this big deg, oda kana bada patila deg keh liya. When they're putting Bhai Dayala ji in here, the Bhai Dayala ji said, "Why are you holding my arm?" Kende it's garam pani, it's boiling water. Who kanda fe main I will happily walk into this. You cannot force me. You're not forcing me to become a shaheed. I'm choosing to become a shaheed. Bhai Dayala ji, when he sat in this boiling water, a picture totally inaccurate, because the patila, the dega was so big that it had a takkan as well, a lid. Bhai Dayala ji sat in, te unhone bani da jaap shuru kita. Shri Sukhmani Sahib, Ek Onkar Satgur Prasad, Ragori Sukhmani Mala, Panjma Sulok, Ad Gura Namah, Jogad Gura Namah, Sat Gura Namah, Shri Gurdeva Namah. So they start the part. Ashtabadi, Simaro, Simaro, Simar Sukho Pavo, Kala Kalesh, Tanamai Matavo, Simaro, Simar, Sukh Pavo. By remembering Vaheguruji, one gets peace, one gets happiness. Hello, Bhai Sahib's being boiled alive, and he's saying, by remembering Vaheguru Ji, you get peace and happiness. Bhai Dayala Ji is boiled, and his skin and bones become separate. Was and the Shaheed ho jande hai. The last ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸ਼ਹੀਦ ਹੋਏ ਸੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਕੀ ਸੀ?
Bhai Sati
Bhai
Das.
Sati Das Ji.
Shabash, Bhai Sati Das Ji. Bhai Sati Das Ji was burnt alive. Again, Bhai Sati Das, they were about to tie him up. They said, why are you tying me up? Because when we burn you, you're gonna basically, you're gonna try to move and you're gonna be trying to run. And he said, nahi, I'm devoting myself, I'm sacrificing myself for my Guru. You are not forcing to kill me. Yeah, this is the power, Nirpo, where those people in front of death are laughing as well. They fearless, everybody fears death, but Sikhi is such a thing that these people laughed in the mouth of death. But this is old history. Even in modern history, by Sukha, by Jinda, they were given the death penalty for killing General Vaidya, who attacked Shri Harmandir Sahib in 1984. And when they were about to be hung, they asked, can we put the hangman's noose, you know, the sound that the rope which they used to hang, can we put that around our necks ourselves? And the executioner says, sorry, we are not allowed you to do that. Unhone barfi khadi, the mithai bandi, they said, can you have some mithai as well? Ashi shaheed hoon lag gaya. They were smiling. Oh, can we are not allowed to eat mithai, anything from you. Unhone mithai kha ke, jikare shad ke, bole sonehal, sat sri akal, and they became shaheed. In modern history is sadi. We see a picture of Bhai Dayala Ji. In modern history, we have those Gursikhs who were boiled alive in modern history. Does anybody know who was in modern history who was boiled alive? Isn't it pata? Modern history, a Sikh who has been boiled alive. Modern history. Vaheguru. Ure vich pe main photo kadda hai. Je kisi nu pata hai to das deo. Ja type karke. Anybody know in modern history which Sikh in history, modern history, has been boiled alive in modern history? Nahi pata laga kisi nu? No? Okay, I'm going to show you a picture if you just bear with me.
Is it Bhai Gurdev Singh Ji?
Oh, very good. Very good. Tusi kithu suniya si?
I just asked my parents.
Acha, very good. Shabash. Hanji, Bhai Gurdev Singh Ji Debu. Main unhone photo kadda. Let me go on screen. Screen share. Okay. Sare disna theek hai. Ega Bhai Dayala Ji. On next picture is Bhai Gurdev Singh Debu. In, if I'm correct, is in 1986 July. Bhai Gurdev Singh Ji Debu was made shaheed. Bhai Gurdev Singh Debu, he was arrested by the police and he was hung upside down. Upside down. Jidda, you see Bhai Dayala Ji was in a deg, in a big kadaha, in a big cauldron, in a big patila, keh liye sokha bana liye, pani vich ya. Idda Bhai Gurdev Singh Debu, a big kadaha, and it's boiling. Jinna mainu pata pani si, ho sakda tel bhi ho sakda hai. It could be oil as well. I think Bhai Gurdev Singh Debu tonu check karna paina hai. But it was oil over his water. It's boiling. And all they asked is, give us your name. Who are you? Once they know his name, then they will ask him, which Gursikhs do you know? And whoever Gursikhs names he gives, if they realize he's Gurdev Singh Debu, they will try to get names out of him. And whichever names he's given, they're going to kill those Gursikhs, make those Gursikhs shaheed. Bhai Gurdev Singh Ji does not give up his name, nor does he give any name of any of the Gursikhs that he knows. He stays quiet. Instead, he starts to read Sri Japji Sahib the part. How do we know this? He starts reading Japji Sahib the part, Ankar, Satnam, Kartapur, Nirpau, Nirvair, Akal, Murat. What they do is they say, are you going to give us names? They hung him upside down, and head first they put him into the boiling patila, into the boiling pani de vich unnu boil ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ. ਫਿਰ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕੱਢਿਆ ਗਿਆ, and they said, are you going to give us names? They kept Bhai Gurdev Singh Debbu, and then they boiled him to life, but he didn't give up Japji Sahib. And ਇਹ modern history ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ. ਗੁਰੂ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ, ਇਹ ਵੱਡੀ ਮਿਰਾਕਲ ਹੈ ਅੱਜ ਵੀ ਆ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਜਪਜੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਛੱਡਿਆ. This is not possible. ਇਹ ਜਪਜੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨਹੀਂ ਛੱਡਿਆ. So ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ how did we know this is Bhai Gurdev Singh? How do we know this happened? One policeman who was a good person, who realized this is wrong, he came to the house of Bhai Gurdev Singh Ji and knocked on the gate and told their sister, a Sikh channel the interview one of the sister di knock karke dasya fe bhain ji, I'm very sorry, but your brother Virji has been arrested and been taken to a torture center, and that's where he's being tortured. It's very sad that Virji has become shaheed. He goes, "One fe dasya ki hoya? One dasya fe Virji ne bani nahi chhaddi. They boiled him alive, but he didn't give any name of any Gursikhs so that no Gursikh gets any harm." They recognized the body of Bhai Gurdev Singh Debbu from his feet. His mother identified his body from his feet because his feet were held when they're being boiled. So Bhai Sahib de pair te nishan si, he had a mark on his foot, which is very unique. And from that mark, the mother recognized the body of her son because the rest of the body was boiled. This is our history, modern history as well. So jitte Bhai Dayala ji, utte Bhai Sati Das ji, ta Bhai Sati Das where he was nirpo ke shahidi ditti for humanity, utte in 1984 the same Delhi utte Sikha nu vi is tarah jida Bhai Sati Das was burnt. The Sikhs in Delhi were burnt by mobs in 1984, in the same Delhi where the Sikhs gave their shahidi to save humanity, to save the Hindus' right to practice their religion and live freely, and they can live their culture. Utte Sikha nu shaheed kita gaya si in the same way. So Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj then became shaheed on 11th November 1675. That's the historical day, but calendar de hisab naal the day, you know when the original Vaisakhi was? Date likho. Original Vaisakhi the date ki si? Original Vaisakhi the date. Pata nahi kisko? 1699 ki tareekh si? 1699, what was the date? 13th April? That's incorrect answer. Try again. 29th March. 31 March ਸੀ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ
30th March
30th March 30th March 1699 ਸੀ ਹੁਣ ਸੋਚਣ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਆ if it's 30th March how come we all celebrate on 13th or 14th of April because their dates calendar the ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਹੁੰਦੇ that dates move and change. So I don't know how, I'm not an expert on calendars, but these things happen. So with the Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, historically it was 11th November, 11 a.m. in the morning, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Pasha became shaheed. However, today, according to our fixed date calendar, 24th November on the Mool Mantar calendar. Anyway, well, let's go back to apne jiri Japji Sahib Ji Vichaar si. We go back to that. And 24th November, jiri on the Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj Ji da Shahidi then. So these were examples of nirpau. Screen share kitte gayi? Oh, acha. Vaheguru Satnam. Acha, Vaheguru. So we talk about Bhai Mati Das Ji, Bhai Dayala Ji, Bhai Sati Das. Nirpau. Sikhs risk their lives to free and protect others. When the Afghans would attack northern India, when the Mughals would kidnap girls, when the Afghans would kidnap girls, and when the kidnapped girls would be sold in markets in places like Afghanistan, in places like Iraq, there was the Sikhs who risked their lives, nirpal, fearless, to protect the girls, to protect women, and they would attack the Mughals or attack the Afghans at midnight, and they would free all the women, and they would respectfully take them back to their homes. When they be taken back to their homes, who's seen the movie Sundari? Sundari ka movie hai, animation hai, Vismad ne banai hai. Una vicho thumbs up or hands up jinhone wo dekhi hai. Acha, anybody explain what happened to Sundari when she was kidnapped and then she was brought home? What happened? ਕੀ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀ ਸੁੰਦਰੀ ਨੂੰ ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਡਨੈਪ ਕੀਤਾ ਬਾਅਦ ਵਿੱਚ bring her back home, what happened? ਸਿੰਘਾਂ ਨੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਘਰ ਲਿਆਂਦਾ, ਹਾਂਜੀ ਵੈਲਕਮ ਜੀ, ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਕੁੜੀ ਵਾਪਸ ਲਿਆ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ, ਕੀ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀ? She was being taken somewhere. ਯਾਦ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ? ਕਮਾਲ ਹੋ ਗਈ।
ਉਹ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀਗੇ, ਉਹ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਵਾਪਸ, ਉਹ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਵਾਪਸ ਛੱਡਿਆ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਤੰਗ ਕਰਨਾ ਫਿਊਚਰ ਵਿੱਚ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ, her parents rejected her. The parents said take her back where you got. ਇੰਨੇ ਲੋਕੀ ਡਰੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ। ਇੱਥੇ ਤੱਕ she was supposed to get married, but the person she was going to get married to refused to marry her because they said she has been with the Mughals. You know, she's still got a purity. Oh gosh, you know, they might have done something. The Mughals might have had a relationship with her. And they refused to marry. These girls used to be abandoned. But the Sikh in Nirpal, they used to bring, and if they were not accepted by their parents and families, idda nahi si chalo tu meri wife ban ja, koi ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ idda ਕਰ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮਿਸ ਕੌਰ ਬਣ ਜਾ, ਮੈਂ ਮਿਸਟਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਆ, ਤੂੰ ਮਿਸ ਕੌਰ ਬਣ, ਮਿਸਿਸ ਕੌਰ ਬਣ ਜਾ, ਬਸ ਠੀਕ ਆ, ਨਹੀਂ. You wouldn't take them, for example, to Akal Takht Sahib. There they'll be the jathedar, the leader. There they will say, these are good. The ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਿੱਖ ਬਣਾ ਦਿਓ, ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਵਿਆਹ ਕਰ ਲਵਾਂਗੇ, ਇਹਦਾ ਵਿਆਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ. Then they would say, the jathedar would say, ਅੱਜਾ ਧੀਏ ਅਮਰਤ, they would give them ਅਮਰਤ, ਅਗਰ ਤੂੰ ਇੰਨਾ ਵਿਆਹ ਕਰਨਾ ਆ, ਤੂੰ ਏਦਾਂ ਵਿਆਹ ਕਰਨਾ. ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ ਵੀ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਏਦਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ, oh that's nice, that's very convenient, oh I'll get married to you. ਇੰਨਾ ਕੋ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਿਸਪੈਕਟ, ਡਿਗਨਿਟੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਸੀ. So ਇਹਦੇ ਚ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਵੱਡਾ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਆ. Today's Punjabi music, trashy music. Today there are DJ ਦਾ ਜੋ ਮੇਰਾ music ਆ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਲੋਕੀ ਲੋਹੜੀ ਪਾਰਟੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਪਲੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਬਰਥਡੇ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਤੇ ਪਲੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਦੀਵਾਲੀ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਤੇ ਪਲੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਵਿਆਹ ਸ਼ਾਦੀ ਤੇ ਪਲੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ. ਅਸੀਂ ਤੇ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਤੇ ਜਾਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ, ਪਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪਲੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, these are all corrupted music. And what is Punjabi music? What's the main theme when people go to a party, the music being played? Tell me, what are the main themes of music? Jat baare hai, or love, Noor Kaur kande love, or a guy and a girl, romance, hanji, alcohol, very good. So ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ, violence, alcohol, girl, boy, talking about, oh yeah, I'll, you know, ਇੱਕ ਗਾਣਾ ਸੀ, ਮੈਂ ਗਾਣੇ ਪ੍ਰਮੋਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦਾ, ਉਹਦਾ just for a learning point, ਆਪਣੇ ਨੂੰ ਹੈਗਾ 15 ਮਿੰਟ. ਇੱਕ ਗਾਣਾ, ਇੱਕ singer ਆ, the reason I know this, by the way, is before taking Amrit, I used to listen to music, and once we were watching Sikh channel, and the break came on. So my dad decided, oh, let's see what's on the other channels. So we just started flicking through the channels. And there was a program called Shadi 3 Crore Ki. I don't know if anybody even know seen that program. Right? Shadi 3 Crore Ki basically is like a wedding, 3 million rupees wedding. So what happens is a company gives a family money, 3 million rupees, to do a really nice wedding, and what they're going to do, they're going to be filming the wedding. Yeah, so they're filming, it's a bit like a reality TV show. So they're the cameras at the home and they're following this family around. So when they went there, and when we were flicking through, it says Shadi 3 Crore Ki came up, and it came with a look at a Sikh family. Kes tari, pagga baniya, dare rakhe ya, kade paaya, oh family say, oh that's interesting. You know, you see a Sikh on TV, oh that's interesting. Asi vich socha let's watch the break it dekh le ki aunda hai. So what happened in this program, they found out they've been given money, so they're showing them like, what activities, what events they're doing at home in the build up to the big marriage day. So what happened is during the second, I think the second time the break came up, we go, oh, should we go back to that channel again? You know, that was interesting, that Shadi 3 crore ki. So I went back then and started to watch it. The key was the wedding, the reception, the Rabba Jane ki oh vyah, the pre-wedding parties, the post-wedding parties. There's so many parties nowadays. Look, ki karde ya, the pata nahi lagda. And when in this wedding party where they got a DJ, and उन्होंने एक पंजाबी सिंगर ले आंदा सी, उन्होंने पंजाबी सिंगर जरा सी ओ लिया के तो ओ मैं और बंदे नाल ही चलो लेंदा because I don't want to be promoting उन्होंने के Manvir Singh free advertisement दिंदा या, so I don't give free advertisement to anybody. So there was a Punjabi singer, ओ आया तो ओ गाने गाता, they got really happy that the singers come on, like wow, you know, the party is really kicking off. He wonder what happens next. उन्होंने एक गाना गाया, हुन देखो all the people dancing, पग्गा बनिया, दाड़े रखे या, कड़े पाए या, they identify themselves as Sikhs. Their ladies, their mothers were there. उन्होंने मासियां, चाचियां, भैना, cousins, sisters, mothers, aunts, everybody's there. सारे नाच रहे हैं, ladies, gents, all dancing together. उस बंदे ने गाना गाया, I'm just going to say one line. Not that I'm promoting the song, but it's something to think about. Ek munda Punjabi, that's quite simple Punjabi, a Punjabi boy. Ek munda Punjabi, nain sharabi. Nain ki hunde ya? Pata nain ki hunde ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵਿੱਚ?
ਅੱਖਾਂ
शाबाश, सहस तब नैन ना नैन है तो एक आरती दे शब्द 16 साद पाठ चंद शाबाश, well done जगदीप कौर, very good. नैन ये चीज़ नोट करने वाली गल्ला या. When you know this mind which note karo, and then what happens is whenever you hear the word nain in Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, then pata hai akhan di gal ho rahi hai. ठीक है जी. एक मुंडा पंजाबी nain sharabi. Sir, there's a Punjabi boy. The Punjab which was the main community which lives in Punjab. कौन है? Punjab Sikh है. So when you think of Punjabi मुंडा पाक दाढ़ी वाला मुंडा या, तो ओरे अखा नो look into his eyes, he is अखा च देखिया तो he is drunk, शराबी. एक मुंडा पंजाबी नैन शराबी पट गया कुड़ी गुजरात दी. ही पटना मतलब की किता उन्हें? Was he done? पता लगा? पट गया कुड़ी गुजरात दी. जगदीप को मतलब की है? नहीं पता. He basically has snatched a girl. He's snatched a girl and taken her away. Gujarat to. He snatched a girl away. Kinni sharm di gall hai, abduct kita, shabash. Jis tuade forefathers, your ancestors, they did not abduct girls. They would rescue girls who were abducted. Your ancestors, your great-grandmothers, your great-grandparents, when people looked into their eyes, they didn't see drunk eyes. They saw eyes full of Amrit. They saw eyes full of Gurbani. They saw eyes, the eyes of Guru Gobind Singh Ji. They saw the eyes of Baba Deep Singh Ji in shining within the Sikhs. The eyes of the Sikhs, they were such, they had Gurbani, that they saw everybody else as their sister, everybody else as their brother, everybody else as a father, everybody else as a mother. This song ki promote karda hai, abducting girls, being drunk, ta sikhi kiya, tuadi history kiya, tuadi reality kiya. And what happened was people were dancing to this song. The boy was dancing with his masi, the dadi, the grandmother decides to dance to the song as well. So you're singing a song about being drunk and kidnapping a girl so you can do something wrong with her. And everybody's dancing. Can you see? This is how our morals, our values have totally been destroyed. We don't need to kill the people who don't like Sikhs. They don't need to kill us. We're killing our Sikhi. So it's very important that our legacy is Nirpo. Our Sikhi is Nirpo. We are destined to be Nirpo. We are those nirpo who saved girls. We are those nirpo which lived to the standards of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. But today the world will be telling you something else, that you are not nirpo. You are not nirvair. As Sikhs, we hate them. We hate these people. We hate them. Itthe tak nirvair, that people are saying that we are supposed to hate one another. Ek Sikh duje Sikh nu hate karda aya. Ye saadi legacy nahi. ठीक है जी, मेरे को है गया 5-9 मिनट रहंदे आ, मैं एक गल तुहानू शेयर करना चाहुंदा आ, ठीक है जी। हुण बड़े ध्यान नाल सुनियो, वी जस्ट निर्वैर करके नहीं, दैन मैं तुहानू स्टोरी शेयर करदा है। चलो निर्वैर करके नहीं, फिर मैं स्टोरी करके एंड विद दैट। हुण निर्वैर दी गल आ गई, तुहाडी लेगेसी है, दिस इज वाहिगुरु जी इज निर्वैर एंड यू आर डेस्टिन्ड टू बी निर्वैर as well. So वाहिगुरु जी is without hatred, and so is the Sikh supposed to be without hatred. Protection. Deg teg fateh. Acha deg ki hundi hai? Deg teg fateh. Can you all write the translation of deg teg fateh in chat box? Dekhiye to kinna nu pata deg teg fateh ki hundi hai? Deg teg. Pehla dadde de naal hai, second time tatte de naal hai, the fateh. So deg likha Kara Prasad Jagjeet Kaur ne. Deg teg fateh. Acha pehla Prasad, sword, victory. Amator Singh, service and protection. Acha teg hundi talwar. Shabash Jagjeet Kaur. Harjas Kaur, victory to charity and arms. Very good. ठीक है। Prasad Karpan, victory. लोगों ने कहना अच्छा भी, so you go to the Gurdwara Sahib and you put Karpan in the Prasad. ये देखते फतेह हो गया। अच्छा, Deg, you are correct, is a big patila. Kadaha hundaya. It's a big cauldron, should we say. Deg de vich prasad banda, and that's why we call prasad deg, because he's actually cooked in deg. Bhai Diyala ji was born in a deg. Deg which obale gesi. So deg is actually the utensil. Deg is the panda. Deg is the utensil, a big one. And ori vich prasad banda, the ori vich langar banda. So when we say deg, in this context, we're talking about food. Yeah, langar. Deg on the sword. So in this, what we're going to use the sword for? Sikh ne sword ki vartani hai. Deg is going to be used for
protection.
Shabash, protection. Protection ne varti jani hai. So the food is going to be made to feed the hungry and defend the weak. To feed and to protect. And a victory. This is the Khalsa's victory. A fateh, to work for the victory of Vaheguru Ji. ठीक है जी, देग ते फतेह. हुण ये हैगा निर्वैर ही कर सकदा देग ते फतेह. I hate you, you will not give that person food then. I hate you, you will not protect that person. Sikh is undertakita. They are without considering, without looking at anybody's faults, they defend and they feed others. Excuse me, did you Japji Sahib the part this morning? Sorry, no party for you today. Sorry, come back next week. Nahi, prashada sare nu shikaya janda hai. Ek history vich hundi gal. When the Khalsa ek roti a do tan rotiyan reh giyan. Sikh ji living in the jungles. Ki hunda ek Mughal onda who's ran away from the battle and he's injured and he's in the jungle. Oh Mughal onda, unu pani pina, he wants to drink something and he's feeling hungry. Sikha ko thode ke prashade a. If it's probably, you know, nowadays it might be, if you got 2 rotiyan and there's 5 people sitting there, you think, okay, you know what, I'll hide away in the other room and I'll have those 2 parothe myself. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਹੀਂ forefathers ਸੀ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ great grandmothers, great grandfathers, imagine there's 2 parothe. ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ let me hide in a room and ਮੈਂ ਆਲੂ ਵਾਲੇ ਪਰੌਠੇ ਆਪ ਖਾ ਲਵਾਂ ਤੇ ਬਾਕੀ if I eat in front of everybody else they're going to ask for a parotha as well, ਤਾਂ I'm going to be left with nothing. ਪਤਾ ਕੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ? ਗੁਰੂ ਕਾ ਲੰਗਰ ਤਿਆਰ ਹੈ ਜੀ, ਗੁਰੂ ਕਾ ਲੰਗਰ. There's 2, imagine 2 ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਦੇ ਆ. Whoever comes, they'll give them, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਾੜ ਕੇ they'll make them into small pieces and give them. आप नहीं शकना, if anything is left for आप शकना. Mughal आया, Mughal is injured, Guru का लंगर तैयार है. These people have come to kill the Sikhs at the start. He is now injured and hungry. What does the Khalsa do? He karda Khalsa.
Serve him, like, like feed him.
Feed them. ਇਹ ਕੱਲਾ ਹਿਸਟਰੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਸਾਲ ਹੋ ਗਏ 3 ਸਾਲ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਹੀਂ 2015 5 years ago there something happened in a place called Babel Kala ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੋਲੀ ਕਾਂਡ ਹੋਈ ਸੀ ਗੋਲੀ means there was firing police fired at Sikhs ਉੱਥੇ ਕੀ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀ the Sikhs were protesting anybody remember why in 2015 Sikhs were protesting in Babel
Guru Granth Sahib Ji di bedvi.
Very good. Guru Granth Sahib Beadbi, Guru Granth Sahib had been desecrated. Sikh utte Satnam Vaheguru jaap karde a Satnam Vaheguru Satnam Vaheguru jaap karde a they are chanting Satnam Vaheguru no one is being violent they are sitting down the videos on YouTube today as well suddenly the police come and police starts firing at the people doing Satnam Vaheguru Simran they start firing at them 2 people became shaheed in that protest, peaceful protest. The Sikhs decided that we're going to carry on this protest. That evening, the police killed 2 Sikhs. They fired at innocent Gursikhs doing Simran, the Punjab police. And that evening, when the Sikhs were still there and they're serving langar, there's a picture. Oh, pata picture ch ki disda aya? Picture vich ki si? Pata kis nu? Guess karo ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵਿੱਚ
ਪੁਲਿਸ ਵਾਲੇ ਨੂੰ ਲੰਗਰ ਛਕਾਇਆ
ਸ਼ਾਬਾਸ਼ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਨੇ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਤੇ ਫਾਇਰਿੰਗ ਕੀਤੀ ਤੇ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਨੂੰ ਭੁੱਖ ਲੱਗੀ ਤੇ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੰਗਰ ਛਕਾਇਆ ਇਹ ਆ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸਿੱਖੀ this is how great ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੇਟ ਆ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਵੀ ਗ੍ਰੇਟ ਆ just as ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ is ਨਿਰਵੈਰ without hatred ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਆ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਆ ਇੰਨੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ ਬੰਦਾ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ how can you do that that's not possible because Sikhi is making the impossible possible. Sikhi is the impossible possible. Sikhi aam bande di cheez nahi. Sikhi is beyond human response to godly response. Aao ji apna time hone wala thode comment rehde a. Acha ji aa kina di oh Vaheguru aa kina di picture ya everybody let's you can type first chat box which history is this depicting. Shahbaz Jagdeep Kaur
Padiya
ਜੀ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਲੈਟਰ ਨਾਲ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਆ
ਭਾਈ ਕਨਈਆ ਜੀ
ਕਿਹੜੇ ਲੈਟਰ ਨਾਲ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰੋ ਕਿ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚ ਲਿਖਣਾ ਹੋਵੇ
ਕੱਕਾ
ਘੱਗਾ
ਸ਼ਾਬਾਸ਼ ਕੌਣ ਬੋਲਿਆ ਸੀ ਘੱਗਾ
ਮੈਂ ਜੀ
ਮੈਂ ਜੋ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਪਤਾ ਮੈਂ ਜੀ ਕੌਣ ਹੈ ਹਰਬਾਰਕ ਸਿੰਘ ਬੋਲੇ ਤੇ ਅੱਛਾ ਘੱਗੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਨਈਆ ਆ but you are correct English ਮੈਂ ਦੇ ਨੋਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਵੈਬਸਾਈਟਾਂ ਤੇ ਨੇ ਕੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਜੇ ਕੇ h ਵੀ ਕਹੀਆ so that's why people ਅੱਗੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਹਦਾ ਘਰ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਆ ਘਰ is GHAR in English is not KAR car you know I'm going to my car now you know we having a car ਕੀਰਤਨ ਹੋਣਾ ਆ so ਉਹ ਘਰ ਆ ਘੱਗੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਭਾਈ ਕਨਈਆ ਜੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਿਕਾਇਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀ ਸ਼ਿਕਾਇਤ ਮੀਨ ਕੰਪਲੇਂਟ ਕੀਤੀ what was the complaint ਹਰਬਾਰਕ ਸਿੰਘ ਕੰਪਲੇਂਟ ਕੀ ਸੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਓਕੇ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਹੋਰ ਕੌਣ ਹੈ ਹਰਜਸ ਕੌਰ ਜੀ ਅਨਮਿਊਟ ਕਰਕੇ ਦੱਸ ਦਿਓ ਕੰਪਲੇਂਟ ਕੀ ਸੀ
ਭਾਈ ਕਨਈਆ ਜੀ
ਹਰਜਸ ਕੌਰ ਬੋਲੇ ਹਾਂ ਹਰਜਸ ਕੌਰ ਮੁੱਕਾ ਹਾਂ
I think the complaint was that Bhai Kanhaiya was like giving water to like the opposing team I guess like the Muslims
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ well done so shikayat ਕੀਤੀ complaint was that Guru Sahib that Bhai Kanhaiya ji has been giving water to the enemy when Guru Gobind Singh ji Maharaj is told this by the Sikhs Bhai Kanhaiya ji summoned ਤਾਂ Bhai Kanhaiya ji ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੁਸ਼ਮਣ ਹੁੰਦਾ enemy ਦੁਸ਼ਮਣ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਾਣੀ ਪਿਲਾਇਆ ਜੀ ਵੋਟ ਦੇ enemy Bhai Kanhaiya ji ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੈਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਹੁਣ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਮੈਂ ਦੁਸ਼ਮਣ ਨੂੰ ਪਾਣੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਿਲਾਇਆ
he gave to humans
can a Sikh lie
no
ਹੁਣ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਝੂਠ ਬੋਲਦੇ Bhai Kanhaiya Sikh ਕਹਿੰਦੇ he did give water to the enemy they are speaking the truth and he is speaking the truth ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਦੋਨੋਂ ਸੱਚ ਸਿੱਖ ਤਾਂ ਝੂਠ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੋਲਦਾ ਤੇ ਇਹ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਅੱਗੇ ਕੋਈ ਸਿੱਖ ਝੂਠ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੋਲ ਸਕਦਾ
he said I gave it to humans
Hanji कहते मैंने दुश्मन नहीं दिसे. I didn't see enemies in them. I saw them human beings which were shining your light. मैंने तुहाडी light दित्ती. I saw their souls. I didn't see an enemy in them. So Bhai Kanhaiya ji ये है कि there in practical, and from this was a battle in 1698. How many years before the Khalsa was made? One. Shabas Tejbir Singh, 1 year. 1 year before the Khalsa Sajya Gaya in Anandpur Sahib, in this battle 1698, Bhai Kanhaiya ji did this service. That's why we say Bhai Kanhaiya ji and not Bhai Kanhaiya. मैं की कहना है
सिंह जी.
हाँ जी हरबार सिंह जी क्या
Singh.
सिंह भाई कन्हैया सिंह करके नहीं मशहूर है भाई कन्हैया जी he is famous because this is before the Khande Bhatt the Paul was given. Yeah, okay, so that's why we forget why to say Bhai Kanhaiya ji did never take Amrit. Bhai Kanhaiya Singh, but because this whole incident happened before he received the Amrit from the Panch Pyare, so and given the name Singh, so that's why his name has become famous with that. So ਇਹ ਹੈਗਾ ਭਾਈ ਕਨਈਆ ਜੀ practical ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ answers ਆ, and we see an example here of where Sikh ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੋਚਿਆ that in 1947 that Muslims attacked our village or they destroyed our Gurdwara. Sikhs in their history have never destroyed any of these places of worship. Sikhs have only helped to make place of worship. Ek masjid there where Sikhs helped some poor Muslims make a masjid. Guru ki Hargobindpur is a city, I think it's near Anandpur Sahib, where Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji Maharaj helped to build mosques, masjida for Muslims, a place of worship. But the Sikhs say, oh yeah, but what about, didn't Jahangir or Musulman si, didn't he make Guru Arjan Dev Ji shaheed? No. Sikh is nirvair. Sikh does not have hatred or grudges. So, इतने तक असी अपना topic है. Next week असी करोगे अपने निर्वैर अकाल मूरत next week करूँगा, ठीक है जी. So next week तो मैं तोन्नो कोई गल share कर लूँगा. जो मैं हॉन तोन्नो share कर लूँगा. Your legacy of wrap up है, ठीक है जी. Wrap up विच मैं तोन्नो कुछ एक बड़े ध्यान सुनो सारे, ठीक है जी. ये तोन्नो attention, pay attention वाली गल है. Actually, let me see if I can. I don't think I've got a picture to that. Let me see. I comment wait करो. Let me see if I've got a picture. Sorry, बस दो comment और नहीं दे दियो ता मैं बस कुछ तो कुछ दिखाने लगा है. I'll show you because you've got a picture. It's a bit more sometimes nicer to look at. Okay. Let me see. Oh my God. Hanji, ठीक है जी. Very good. Let me go back on the Zoom. Share that's asking Hanji. Okay, ठीक है जी. दिस की सारे नो ओके बड़े ध्यान ना सुनो बस थोड़े कमेंट है अपना टाइम हो गया. ये एक बंदा तुरदा सी तो ओरे मोढे ते उन्हें फड़ी आ बकरी. बकरी मीन
Goat.
काली बकरी ओरे मोढे ते आ. He's got a black goat तो तुर रहा. He's walking. And लुटेरे आ. There are 3 people who they call them decoys, or you can say bandits, who want to steal his goat. Onu sochde are that we want to be smart. We can either go there, beat him up and take, but we're going to create attention, and with this unnecessary attention, we can get arrested. People might, we might, get caught. Other people will find out. So they thought we're going to be as smart about Naya. So what they did is, उन्होंने की किया that they made a plan. किन्ने सी bandits लुटेरे किन्ने सी 3 Tennessee. उन्होंने की किया पिंड दे विच they divide themselves in the village. एक बंदा stood at the entrance of the village. एक बंदा middle विच एक end दे विच, ठीक है. So they divide themselves. बंदा देखदे आ रहा, they quickly arrange themselves. बंदा तुर रहा है, and as he is walking, the first bandit जो पहला लुटेरा आया उन्हें मिलता है तो उन्हें कहता है, excuse me, I really like your dog. The farmer goes, dog? कहता की से है की
Goat.
ਗੋਟ ਸੀ, ਬੱਕਰੀ ਸੀ, ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਕੁੱਤਾ, ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕਾਲਾ ਕੁੱਤਾ ਬੜਾ ਪਿਆਰਾ ਆ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਬੜਾ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਆ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੇਚਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ? ਕਹਿੰਦਾ what you on about? ਇਹ ਬੰਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਕੋਈ mentally upset ਬੰਦਾ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ, you know, he's got some issues, you know, needs to wear glasses or something. He carries on walking. ਜਿਹੜਾ ਫਿਰ second person ਮਿਲਦਾ ਆ, ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੁੱਤੇ ਦੇ ਦੰਦ ਬੜੇ ਸੋਹਣੇ ਆ। Your dog's teeth are very sweet, are very nice, not sweet, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਤਨਾਮ, ਖਾਣੇ ਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੰਦ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿਚਾਰੇ ਦੇ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ they are very nice. ਬੰਦਾ ਕਹਿਣ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇਹ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੋ ਕਮਲੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮਿਲ ਗਏ, two mad people. ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਕੁੱਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੱਕਰੀ ਆ, it's a goat not a dog. ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ, ਕੁੱਤਾ ਆ। ਆਹ ਦੇਖੋ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਸੋਹਣਾ, ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਕੁੱਤੇ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲੁੱਕ ਆਫਟਰ ਕਰਿਆ ਕਰੋ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਚੰਗਾ ਖਿਲਾਇਆ ਪਿਲਾਇਆ ਕਰੋ ਉਹਨੂੰ। They actually ended up looking, ਮੈਂ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਭਲੇਖੇ ਨਾਲ, ਮੈਂ ਕੁੱਤਾ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਫੜ ਲਿਆ by mistake, I've not picked up a dog. ਉਹਨੂੰ ਚੈੱਕ ਕੀਤਾ, ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ it is a dog, I don't know why. When he met the third person, and the third person goes, ਕੁੱਤਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬੜਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਪਿਆਰਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ, I really love your lovely dog, ਪਰ ਮੇਰੇ ਖਿਆਲ ਨਾਲ ਇਹ ਕੁੱਤਾ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਬੋਝ ਬਣ ਗਿਆ, this dog looks like a burden to you. Do you know what, I'm willing to take this dog off you for free if you want. ਮੈਂ free ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੋਂ, I'll give you why carrying this dog, I'll save you the burden, I'll take it from you for free, this dog. ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਤੀਜੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਿ ਦਿੱਤਾ it's a dog, ਉਹਦੇ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਚ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਸੱਚੀ, he looked at his goat and ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਦੱਸਿਆ?
A dog.
ਉਹਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਡੌਗ ਦੱਸਿਆ, ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਆ ਚੁੱਕ ਲੋ ਕੁੱਤਾ ਲੈ ਲਓ, ਸੱਚੀ ਭਾਰ ਹੀ ਆ ਇਸ ਵਾਰ। ਹੁਣ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਆ, ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਲੈਗੇਸੀ, ਅੱਜ ਆਪਣਾ ਟੌਪਿਕ ਸੀ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ, ਇਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਲੈਗੇਸੀ ਆ। This is you are destined to be ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ, this is your destiny, this is your history, this is your legacy, and this is who you are. However, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਨਹੀਂ, the world around us, when you watch YouTube, when you're watching adverts, when you're watching TV, when you are at school, when you are around others, people will tell you you are not nirpo nirvair. They will say to you, you are something else. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ, how do people, ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੁੱਤੇ ਦੇ ਲੁਟੇਰੇ ਸੀ, ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਲੁਟੇਰੇ ਕੌਣ ਹੈ? Who are the ਲੁਟੇਰੇ which are trying to tell us that we are not nirpo nirvair? They are trying to change who we are. ਉਹ ਕੌਣ ਹੋਵੇਗਾ? ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਾ?
ਕਾਮ ਕ੍ਰੋਧ ਲੋਭ ਮੋਹ ਅਹੰਕਾਰ।
ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਬੜਾ ਡੀਪ ਲਿਆ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ। ਸਿੰਗਰ ਗਾਣੇ ਗਾ ਕੇ ਸਿੰਗਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ, ਚਲੋ ਮੈਂ ਬਸ ਦਿਖਾ ਕੇ ਫਿਰ ਸਮਾਪਤੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ। ਧਿਆਨ ਦਿਓ, ਇੱਕ ਆ ਮੀਡੀਆ। When you watch media, the media will be telling you, you are not the son and daughter of Guru Gobind Singh Ji. They will remind you that beauty is not ਇੱਕੋ ਓਂਕਾਰ ਦੀ beauty ਨਹੀਂ beauty. The beauty is what we say is beauty. Eyebrow ਚੰਗੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਦੇ, ਲਾ ਦਿਓ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸ਼ਰਾਬ ਪੀਓ, ਏਦਾਂ ਕਰੋ। This is what beauty. So you are made to hate yourself. That's why young people are going into depression. You are being retold, ਸਿੱਖ ਸ਼ਰਾਬੀ ਆ। ਅਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਡੀ ਸ਼ਰਾਬ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਤੇ ਹੋਣੀ ਆ। ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਵੀ ਛਕ ਕੇ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ, ਸ਼ਰਾਬ ਦੀ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਚੱਲ ਕੇ ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ। You are told that ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨਸ਼ੇੜੀ ਆ, you are alcoholics, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਗਾਣੇ ਗਾਏ ਜਾਂਦੇ and so on. These are ਲੁਟੇਰੇ and we defining who you are. This is not us. We are not destined to be this. ਇਹ ਸਾਡੀ destiny ਨਹੀਂ। We are being told that we are not Sikhs, we are another religious community. You can see here, ਇਹ forces actively ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਮਝਾ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੌਣ ਆ। They are redefining us. We are being redefined by media when people watching movies. 3 hours people watch movies. ਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਟੌਪ ਤੇ ਦੇਖੋ, ਬੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਪਿੰਕ ਰੁਮਾਲ ਜੇ ਬੰਨਿਆ ਸਿਰ ਤੇ, ਇਹ ਸਿੱਖ ਆ, ਇਹ ਜੋਕਰ ਬਣਾਇਆ। So that basically beauty is not a Singhani, not the daughter of Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj, who wakes up Amrit Vela, who wears a Panch Kakar, who does a Nityanim and does Sevan Simran. That is not beauty. Beauty is you can put the most color on their face, you can put the most makeup on their face, most powder on their face, the person who can have the most Botox in their face, the person who can do the most craziest thing in the hair. ਇਹ beauty ਆ। So ਇਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ redefine ਕਰ ਰਹੀਆਂ। And lastly, singer. ਪੁੱਠੇ ਟੁੱਟੇ ਭੱਜੇ ਬੰਦਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਗਾਣੇ ਟੁੱਟੇ ਭੱਜੇ ਗੀਤ ਸੁਣ ਕੇ and we see how they present what is cool, we are being redefined. ਹੁਣ ਅਸੀਂ ਚੇਤੇ ਕਰਨਾ ਆ, just like the farmer forgot he had a goat and he had a dog, we are forgetting that we are destined to, that we are the children of Ikko Ankar, we are destined to be Nirpo and Nirvair. ਇਹ ਸਾਡੀ legacy ਹੈ, we are the sons of Guru Gobind Singh Ji, and we need to remember that our ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ as an effect of this. This is happening as an effect of this, where we are moving and being redefined. And isi karke Zoom session kita gaya, so we can find out who we are through Gurbani. Theek hai ji? So we are the sons and daughters of Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Ye chete karna, our legacy is Nirpaw and Nirvair. Purj ko maaf karni hai. Any last question? Anybody got before we say Fateh? Theek hai ji, bahut dhannawad sare. 10 minute aaj thode jihe late ho gaye si. पर कोई गुरु कृपा करे वो मैं मेरे फील किया सी ये चेते करो, find out your history, read Gurbani, discover Gurbani, do not wait for every Saturday for this to happen. तुसी सारा वीक है तुसी अपने बाणी नो रिसर्च करो, बाणी पढ़ो, गाओ, sing, reflect, research and find out your history. Your history is those who lived Gurbani practically. History is a reflection of Gurbani. How is that possible? I mean, you look at history, that's Gurbani in action. So both on us, both be